you doing, Luke?
Headphones on, let's do this.
Hey, do you know of a podcast I could listen to that has nerd and comic books and stuff? I really can't find one.
I say, you ever heard of the Nerd Dumb Podcast?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Nerd Dumb Podcast, episode 280. I am your podcaster without fear, Luke, and today I am joined with Gene. Gene.
Hello, I'm here. What's up, Holmes?
That was a fun H you said there.
Yeah, I've been practicing.
And
And what?
who are you?
Oh, you know. The Uncanny Ryan. I've forgotten how to do this.
Come on,
Yes,
it's
it
like
has
riding a
been a
bike.
while.
We just crash into a couple fences and then we're off. It's okay.
And I am the alliterative Andrew.
We're back. Had a little bit of a break, recharged the battery, but we are back. The plan going forward is to release every other week.
It's a plan?
Yeah, it's a vague plan. It's like 6% of a plan. All right. But yeah, so every other week instead of weekly. So yeah, that'll be the new release schedule going forward. But how you guys been? It's been a minute.
Yes, it has. Over at Validity Studios, we've been busy crafting many comic books. Archie
Yes.
variant covers, in fact. We've got
Yeah.
one for the
Money?
Jay and Silent Bob meet Archie, and then we have one coming up that is a retro future sci-fi cover that I think everybody's going to dig.
Yeah,
I want you to do a Star Trek Archie crossover. I was just having a
Sure.
picture of them being Borg.
Oh, I like that.
Speaking of Star Trek and crossovers, Andrew posted one of my favorite things I've ever seen today. Gull.
Oh, the
it-
Gull. Yes.
It's Gold Ducat as the goal, and I love it.
I did it. Is this on Instagram?
Yes.
Yes. I
I
made the
need
post.
to go see it.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
I was just posting some sketch cards I've been doing. So
Yeah, it's
awesome.
phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
thanks. Yeah, I'm glad you guys like it.
Yeah. Ryan, what have you been up to?
Oh, what haven't I done?
Just
Yes, Andrew. Staring into my soul. I've been to a lot of concerts. I have read a lot of books. My mom got a new dog and retired.
oh.
I got a new job.
Oh.
What haven't I done?
This is alternate universe, Ryan.
Yeah.
This has been eventful.
Yeah, it's been an eventful few months. But yeah,
Cool. Yeah.
I now work 6 minutes from my house.
Oh,
My
that's
commute is
awesome.
now gone.
That's
That is
awesome.
cool.
I went and saw Toxic Avenger.
Oh, how was that?
Yes, I've been
It-
eager to
it-
see that one.
It was exactly what you thought it would be like. It's not like an exact retelling of the old 85 Trauma film, but it is it is in that vein, and they're definitely faithful to it. Peter Dinklage is the Toxic Avenger, and he's great. And Elijah Wood also extra creepy. I don't know why he does creepy so
That's
well.
so good. Yeah.
but it's like either innocent or creepy. And there's no like in between. Because I'd say even his Frodo was innocent, like slowly being jaded as the ring got a hold of him. But yeah. So that was really good. It had stuff that like back when me and my friends used to make movies in the backyard, there were things that we would do that we thought were funny that were in this movie, like random lines being said off camera that was just like, something someone in the crowd said, and it's just like a little one liner that I find super funny. They did that throughout the whole movie, just so many lines being just tossed on from off camera, and I found it hilarious. Yeah, and it does have the classic trauma gore as you would expect from any of their projects. But yeah, no, it was really good. I think it's only in theaters for a week, starting last Friday, so I believe the end of this week, at least here.
Is
So
it at
yeah,
the Broadway or?
I went and saw it at the Century 16.
Okay.
So, yeah, there was probably about 12 people in there. So, I mean, I kind of want to see it again because it was that funny, but I'm also like, or I can wait because I'm pretty sure, like on Screambox or something, they're gonna pop that up there pretty soon. But yeah, no, if you're into that, cheesy horror comic, and like I'd say go check it out. And it got me thinking because I remember as a kid I loved Toxic Avenger, and I was also like I also loved Swamp Thing and Man Thing. I was like, was it just big green goop monsters that young Luke was like, yeah, those are awesome?
I mean, there's a lot of big green goop monsters to be had. So
Mhm.
there
A
was
plethora of goop
the heyday
monsters.
of green goop monsters.
Yeah, and then you can. I mean, Ninja Turtles weren't
Yeah,
goopy, but
they're green
they
goop
were turned
monsters.
they were turned by goop, so they
Yep.
fall in the category.
There is plenty of goop monsters in the, like, you got Mutagen Man and the garbage guy. What was the garbage guy's name? He was like
Man.
Muckman. Yeah.
Mm.
Something like that. Or is that a He-Man guy?
No,
Don't look at me. I don't know.
Ninja Turtles.
You're the one who knows things, Andrew.
Yeah.
We wildly throw out things and then wait to be fact checked by you.
I went and saw the sing along of K-pop Demon Hunters,
Oh.
and I loved it. I love that movie. That soundtrack has been on repeat in my head to the point that it's kind of driving me a little bit insane, but I love it.
I remember like it was back in like March or something like that. I had seen on Instagram that thing popped up, and I sent it so my daughter could see it, because this is everything she loves in one thing. And she was like, "Oh, so excited!" And then she as children do, completely forgot about it until the day it released. And I'm pretty sure it's just been on repeat since then. She needs to get her own Spotify account because she's messing up everybody's algorithms. So, but yeah, no, she loves it. And if she said if she already didn't have her costume all ready for FanX, that she would want to go as one of them. So probably next year.
She recently introduced me to P1 Harmony. I think that's what it is. It's a K-pop band. I love them. I'm like, Quinn, this is amazing.
Yep. Like that's when she's introduced, because she's the only way I listen to new music at this point. I just listen to what I always listen to. But every once in a while, I just look over. I was like, wow, that was a banger. Good job. Good job. I enjoyed that. But yeah. We've also had so many superhero movies and TV shows come out since the last time we recorded. So I want to start out with the TV show. We had Ironheart. And I want to get your guys just initial thoughts on that.
I had
Oh,
no idea who the bad guy was.
the Hood.
I know nothing. I know nothing about him.
No, the Hood was great. That was an old
Mhm.
Max miniseries written by Brian K. Vaughan and Kyle Holtz, I think, did the art. It was, yeah, it's pretty good. I've liked the Hood, and I thought this was a pretty good depiction of him.
Hmm.
I thought Ironheart was an interesting character. Um, I liked how they differentiated her immediately from Iron Man and related characters.
Mhm.
Admittedly,
Yeah,
I haven't read Ironheart comics at all.
right. I think that was with me as well. As I hadn't like I knew, you know, basic information about the character, but I've never really delved uh, too deep down into it. So it was kind of fresh for me, which was refreshing in a way, not knowing, you know, a lot about the character or where it was going. So I was just kind of sitting back for the ride. The Hood, I loved the way that they did that. Um, you know, and we finally got our bad guy, Ryan, who was in
Yes.
every Marvel. He's every
Are we
Marvel
going to
bad guy.
spoil this?
I mean,
Spoiler?
I guess we can say spoiler alert
Spoiler.
because it's all been out for a while now. So go ahead, Ryan.
Hmm?
Yeah, go ahead, spoil it.
We get Belasco. I was so excited.
Oh.
No, but so I was gonna ask you, Andrew, is Red Hood normally related to Mephisto?
Uh, no, but he
Okay.
is the sort of guy he would collude with for
Uh-huh.
power.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think originally he drew his power from Dormammu,
Mhm.
and then he
Dora
was
Mamu? The
Dormammu.
Explorer Mamu?
That's the one. And then
The
he was
backpack one.
empowered by the Norn Stones, an Asgardian artifact.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I was very excited. I was hoping that was who that was going to be, or something like close to that. But and then when they splashed his reflection in the coffee cup, isn't it in the coffee cup or in the table? Can't remember where the reflection comes from, but he's like red and very Mephisto looking, and I was like, oh. And then he switches accents, which I don't understand the reason for that.
I I was gonna say I really like the casting of Sacha Baron Cohen for him because I've seen him like normally people think comedy with him,
Mm-hmm.
but he's done some there's a Netflix series called The Spy where it's a very serious, very dramatic role, and he did great at it. So him kind of playing Mephisto, I don't know, he came off as kind of like cocky but all powerful situation, you know what I mean? And the accent switching, I felt was like he was just fucking with them.
Yeah, I guess. I was like, I don't understand. This was a mistake, and then they just left it in.
Yeah,
Did he use
reshoot.
his normal voice? Roll with it. But yeah, overall I enjoyed it. I had a fun ride. It was like it had that you know that bank heist kind of feel to it, but also like a little like revolutionary, like with their little crew. Um, and they all had they all had their unique personalities. Um, I'm trying to remember the character's name. Shoot, it's they're
The
kind of the
ghost?
leader.
Oh,
No, they're from Madripoor. Um,
The
one of
clown.
the one of the crime lords. Um, now I got to look it up. Because it's going to drive me nuts. But yeah, no, again, I really enjoyed it. Pretty much all the way through. I did like the little touches of like the magic stuff you got, like when they went to the little magic shop. I thought that was really cool. And it just made me want, I know I've talked about it on here before, but it made me want that Harry Potter for the Marvel universe, like the Strange Academy down
yeah.
in New Orleans, I'm just like you like it would be great. Like even if it's just like, 6 episodes or something like that, but I feel like you have enough magical people now that you could introduce some characters and then cameo your way through it. But every time they went to that store, I was just like, I would love to see more magic stuff.
I think that they're planting seeds for that. They might do something more on the magic side of an ensemble thing. I really liked the relationship between her and her the best friend, and then the it scanning her brain and the best friend becoming her AI. I really liked that. I really liked that dynamic, and I liked how they worked through the trauma like pieces by pieces. I really liked that how they played that out.
Yeah, the depiction of Ezekiel Stain was interesting too.
Yeah,
I liked him, and then they've tied in all that transhumanist stuff from his story, so that's that was pretty great. I'm glad
First,
that
I was like,
starting to get that.
I was like, it's young Han Solo. What's he doing in here?
I didn't recognize. I'm like, my God, that guy looks familiar. What is he from? I'm sitting there like several episodes. I'm like, what is he from? And then I finally looked it up, and I was like, he's Han Solo.
The character I was thinking of was Slug. The way that
Slug?
the like the computer mastermind behind all this in the little gang.
Oh, was that character's name?
Yeah, that was a Slug, which is a old Madripoor.
He was a Miami drug lord that used to fight Nomad. He was a big dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Carried around on a big like Jabba the Hutt chair.
Yeah. This one. Yeah, this
Your
one's
eyeballs are starting to fade into the background.
Are they? I've become the background. Yeah, in the show, it's Slug is a hacker and former drag queen and member of Chicago street gang, led by the Hood, who was the most wanted person in Madripoor. But that was a different take on the old character, Ulysses X Lugman.
Yep, that's him.
The name up.
I have never heard of that character before.
The way the character is drawn makes me think of the big fat vampire in the first Blade movie. So yeah, Jabba the Hutt is what it looks like. Yeah. So overall, I had a good time with it. So all right, next we have Superman. Andrew, do you want to start on Superman?
I liked it quite a bit. I don't know what James Gunn did a great job with the Superman movie because he understood that Superman isn't just Superman, alienated creature from another world passing off as human. He's also his supporting cast. He isn't just a superhero, he's hopeful. His supporting cast at the Daily Planet is
Same.
is important to him and is important to his character because the time he spends as Clark is the part where he's human. And I know you can't always have Clark Kent involved in what Brainiac is up to, but
right.
They did a great job by having Lois not be a damsel in distress at any point in the film.
Good point. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's pretty great. Best Superman movie to come out since I was a kid. Or before. Oh.
Brian, your thoughts?
I loved it. I think I messaged you guys after I saw it, and I said it was the best one since Christopher Reeve. So best one since my original experience with Superman. I definitely loved it. I loved that he was Superman. I loved that he was Clark Kent. He was good at both of them. He switched really well. I love that interview scene where she's like, kind of, you'll let me interview you as Superman, and he like switches. He goes, yes, Miss Lane, and then I think that whole scene really was a different way, a way I haven't really seen portrayed on screen before, of showing you who Superman was, who Superman is. I really liked that. That was like really impactful to me, that whole scene. And Crypto was just the best ever. I love anything about Crypto.
Right. I actually saw a interview with David Cornsweet, the actor who played Superman, and I didn't realize this. He was in Twisters, the second
Yeah.
Twister movie. I had no idea, but he did say he went from 190 pounds in Twisters to 240 pounds in Superman. And so he was like, yeah, when because they did the costume test and they put him in Henry Cavill's Superman costume to just kind of do the screen test stuff, costume fitting. He said, but by the time they actually started filming it, he's like, I couldn't move in that costume. So then he's like, lovely costumers had to, basically build like 4 different ones. And it's as he was talking about it, I didn't even think about them having to make different costumes for like different positions he would be flying in. So he had a costume for when he was standing there, and then he had a costume from when he was all stretched out, so it needed to be a little bit longer. Yeah. So he said, he's like, we had tons of Superman costumes on set, and it all just depended on what we were doing that day. But he did say there was no zipper to go to the bathroom because him and his assistant could get in and out of it in 4 minutes. He's like, so before anyone even asks, no, there was no zipper in the front of the Superman costume. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I loved Mr. Terrific. He was great. There are a few James Gunn things that, show up that I'm like, oh, this is a James Gunn film. And the Mr. Terrific beating up everyone with the T-spheres. What I was like, oh, when Yondu gets the bow and arrow back and he's walking through the ship, I'm like, it's the same scene. It's a good scene. I like it. I'm not complaining. I was like, yeah. And hyper colorful when they're fighting the giant monster in the background. And like was it the antimatter river that was like a pixelated rainbow river? Yeah, that was very something. I was like, I've seen this in Guardians of the Galaxy. I was like, it's good. It's not a complaint. It's just an observation.
Yeah, I don't mind when comic
fingerprints.
book movies look like comic books.
Right. Right. It's like, just lean into it, man. It's ridiculous. Sure. But I did
have one burning question that bugged me. I don't know why. This bugs me. I can't explain. Drinking your weird Code Red. That's not Code Red. Why was there ambient music playing at the semi-abandoned military camp in the background? Why did they have a PA system playing music for Lex Luthor on the beach?
They were just jamming out. That's fine. I was gonna say that is gonna be the next easiest cosplay to do. Luthor Corp employee at the beach camp, because they all just had cargo shorts and Hawaiian shirts on.
Yeah.
All you need is a badge.
Like that whole place was just weird to me, and I don't know why it bugged me. Other than that, it was great. I loved that scene, but I was just like, why is this music just there in the background?
I did like them bringing in story elements from like All-Star Superman and Superman for All Seasons. That was it. And that's something that you expect from James Gunn, like really digging into source material and stuff like that. And again, in that interview I saw with David Cornsweet, they said that those were the 2 comics that James Gunn sent him to read. He's like, this is what I'm aiming for. So we're kind of on the same page with stuff. So I really did appreciate that. I didn't hate Guy Gardner with my normal vigor that I hate Guy Gardner.
He was a lovable jerk.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I like Guy Gardner.
it's
Why?
okay.
Why? Because
Yeah.
he is unabashedly an asshole instead of
Yes.
Hal Jordan, who doesn't believe he's an asshole.
Okay.
But all those Green Lanterns tend to be.
Well,
John
Kyle's
Stewart's
not.
pretty
Except,
good.
as I
Kyle's
say,
all
unless you're
right.
John
Yeah.
Stewart. John Stewart's like John Stewart. But yeah, no, I liked again Nathan Fillion talking about the role. They were talking to him about like Guy Gardner in the other Green Lanterns. He's like, okay, so let's say you ask for a Green Lantern and Guy Gardner shows up, you kind of go, oh fuck. He's like, that was what I was going for. And I was like, you nailed it.
Mhm.
Hawk Girl was awesome.
Which
Yeah, no,
Hawk
I
girl
just
is this?
Kendra Saunders, the modern one.
How does she fit into the Hawk girl mythos?
She's from the JSA stories, by Jeff Johns.
Is she reincarnated or Thanagarian?
Reincarnated.
Okay.
I get
Yeah.
lost the same way,
I-
Ryan. So it's not just you.
No. Hawkman's origins are really confusing. But no, I liked Hot Girl's performance. I liked all the screeching because they used to do
Mhm.
that back in the day.
I was gonna say, is there screeching? I didn't realize that was the thing of Hawk girls at one point. It's like it's Black Canary, but in Hawk girl form.
Yeah, they did a good job of showing the contrast between Superman and the other superheroes and how the other
Mhm.
superheroes were less concerned than Superman when they were going about their business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was an edit that I saw where it was it's the scenes from the new Superman of him, stopping the monster from falling down and protecting the civilians, but instead of the Justice Gang fighting the giant monster, it was Henry Cavill's Superman just destroying, and he's like, "Oh, there's got to be a better way." And I thought that was fun, but I did like the sorry about this chum line, which was pretty good. And every time I've seen it a couple times, but when Ultraman takes his mask off, the first thing I say is that Anakin Skywalker? Because he looks just like, with that wig, it looks just like Hayden Christensen at the end of episode 3. And then I'm also like, hey, a 6'4", beefcake actor would have been a great Anakin, because it would have made sense when he's, Darth Vader. But yeah, no, every time I'm just like, it's got that Anakin Skywalker wig going on. But yeah, no, yeah, overall I enjoyed it. I agree with both of you guys. Best Superman movie since, the Christopher Reeves ones, since the introduction. But all right, now we are going to talk about the Fantastic Four.
Fantastic. Oh.
I knew one of you was gonna do it, but I wasn't sure which one. Okay, Ryan, how'd you feel about it?
I forgot. This movie reminded me how much I like Fantastic Four. I had forgotten. I was like snapped back into watching that Saturday morning cartoon right alongside Spider-Man and X-Men, and I just had a great time. I loved all of it. I love this version of Reed Richards. I really like this version of Reed Richards. I thought he played it very well, and I kind of like that they're just kind of portraying him as someone on the autism spectrum. I really liked that kind of idea. I liked Sue. She was great. I liked that she wasn't like. I really didn't like. Was it Jessica Alba that did it in the last movies?
Yeah.
I really didn't like her portrayal.
Her
And it's probably more.
that was 2 sets
Yeah,
two
yeah.
ago. Yeah, it was what was her name?
Kate Mara did it in the
Kate.
other one. Yep.
I don't remember the other one very well. But think the thing was perfect. The sounds that he made, the way he was animated, the way he walked around, the way that they like portrayed, um, like hinted to him being like upset and like how the rest of the team just kind of knew how he was feeling, and it kind of showed, even though he was like, he's a thing, so he doesn't really show anything, but it kind of showed how well they knew each other, and I liked that it wasn't like so much an origin story, but this is like in the middle of the story, where they've already like are a well established family.
Mm-hmm. I like the
Yeah,
beard.
loved it.
The Thing's rock
I
beard
hated that.
was awesome. I loved it. They
Did
already
not
have
like that at all.
they already have the hot toy where you can swap the heads to give him the beard.
Oh, really?
And I like that. Now I liked it when he's using the tool to shave his beard down. I thought that was pretty funny. Andrew, what do you think?
I liked the beard only as a device to show the passage of time.
It's like a montage on his face.
On his face. Yeah, no, I really liked Fantastic Four. I liked the pacing of it. That once it started, it just went.
Yep.
There's no break. Sue had more to do in this Fantastic Four movie than all of the previous movies combined,
Mm-hmm.
since she was the diplomat and the mouthpiece and the peacemaker of the team, and she did a great job with that. I liked a mature Fantastic Four. They always seemed quite young in other portrayals.
Mm.
Strangely, like in the old Fantastic Four movie, the one with Gofeld and Michael Chiklis,
Mm-hmm.
Sue and Johnny seemed young, but Reed and Ben certainly didn't seem like they went to college together.
Right.
Right? Because
Right.
like the actor that played Ben looks like he could be all of their dads.
Mm-hmm.
All of their dad. Anyway.
Yep.
Yes. But the movie was terrific and did a good job of utilizing other characters. It feels like they cut a half hour out of that movie. Like,
yeah. John Malkovich was supposed to be the Red Ghost. Yeah, and they cut him out. And I was like, oh, I want to see that now. They filmed it. I want to see it, please. Because we had predicted, well, I had predicted before. I was like, is he gonna be Mole Man? Because that would have been awesome. But I was happy with the actor they chose for Mole Man.
Oh yeah, the guy from I, Tonya. They did a great job. He did a great job in this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I loved the feel of it. The feel of this universe was very Kirby inspired, and that era, when they were doing the little flybys at the beginning, and they went by the two guys working on the art easels, and
Yes.
you see some Kirby artwork up on the wall. I was just like, I love this. And then at
Didn't
the
it
very
say
end,
it was Timely Comics?
Mhm.
I think there was a Timely Comics sign in there.
Yeah, and I assume that's supposed to be Jack and Stan,
Yeah.
in there, and I was like, that is phenomenal. And I liked the universe, 828 in Jack Kirby's birthday. I thought that was awesome. I really liked them showing Ben being Jewish, going to the synagogue and stuff like that. I thought that was awesome. But yeah, it was just good. I thought Galactus was going to be, he has the potential to be kind of cheesy, but I think they did great. He wasn't a cloud, so that's that's a bonus. I liked when they went to his ship. I thought his ship was super interesting. I was like, I want to play this dungeon level in a video game, because that's what it looked like. You were talking about Reed Richards, and kind of I'd say they kind of portrayed him on the autism spectrum a little bit. The part when Johnny's trying to get them to take him seriously, that he had heard Herder. He's like,
Mhm.
I get it. Johnny likes space. Johnny likes girls. So naked space girl is going to be. And he was like, well, I don't think she was actually naked. It was probably a polymer that was. And I was like, Reed, they nailed it. That is exactly what he would say in this situation. But yeah, so yeah, I agree with you. They nailed that. Apparently, when Vanessa Kirby, the actress that played Sue, was doing the birthing scene,
Mhm.
she was yelling so loud that the crew had to go and get like earplugs and headsets and stuff because
Wow.
she was dedicated to the scene that much. And you can tell at the end product there. Yeah, and
Mhm.
you talk about like them like being not so young or mature, or young and immature. I feel like Johnny is usually the one that gets that the most, right? They show him the most immature, they show him the youngest. I feel like they did a very good job at this, where they showed him being kind of a goofball, but not like a slapstick goofball. Like, it was a very different portrayal of him, which I feel lines up with more what I read when I read him in the comics.
His performance was more subdued than
Mhm.
past Johnny's.
Mm.
Right.
Street racing and motocross and all the
Mhm.
other stuff that they've done.
Yeah. And I also did like the recap of this is the Fantastic Four. Like I feel like they did that well, because I don't think we needed to see the cosmic rays again. Just like we don't need to see the gamma rays or the spider or Martha's pearls. We don't need to see those anymore. We're good. Just do it real quick and get it over with, right? Like the only Martha's pearls I will take now is in the intro, like words where they just show pearls drop. Cool, move on. Because I feel like that's a checklist in Batman movies now. But yeah, no, it was I just think start to finish it was really good. I liked that it was probably the first Marvel movie in a long time where you could just go watch that. You
Mm.
didn't need to watch anything before. They didn't lead you into go see the next movie after, even with their teaser with Doom.
I
I
have
mean,
I have some thoughts about that teaser with Doom, but please
let's hear them. No,
No.
let's hear them.
I'm concerned about Doomsday because of it.
Because of the teaser?
Okay.
Because of the teaser, and I'll tell you why. What is the one unbreakable rule with Doom?
Mm.
You don't see his face.
Mhm.
And what is the first thing they do? His first scene in this universe, he takes off his mask. Anyway,
that's
so we
Ryan,
will,
don't do it. Ryan, no, don't do
we'll
it.
see how it turns out. But the
It's very blurry. That's not helping.
It looks like Deadpool.
it looks like a close up of me.
He
in
does
high
look like
school.
he's Deadpool,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, so I'm a little worried about that. And so
Yeah, I could see that. Maybe they pivot and go, oh, he only showed his face to the baby, and then he put it back on for everybody else. But listen, everyone's
What if
gonna
the
need to
baby
know
healed?
Robert Downey Jr. had his superhero face covered up as Iron Man. Maybe he's like, listen, if I'm gonna be Doom, I want everyone to know it's me.
Oh, this is what I bet happened. I bet Dr. Doom flipping through a magazine, and this universe doesn't have Iron Man; it has actual Robert Downey Jr. And he's like, I want to look like this guy. And then he goes to Franklin because he knows he's Super Baby, and what we didn't see before is him holding up the magazine, pointing at it, and then he takes off his mask, and then the baby touches him, turns him into Robert Downey Jr.
Iron Man is the kids' favorite movie. So that's
There you go.
Yeah.
There, yep. Nailed it. Oh, I did. I also want to say I did like the Silver Surfer.
Oh yeah, she
as
was
well.
great.
That was awesome.
I was worried about the hair
Mm-hmm.
because hair doesn't typically look great in the chrome. They did a good job
Mhm.
keeping it all
Mhm.
slicked back like an actual surfer's hair would be.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't mind seeing a Nova done a similar way with
Mm.
the fire for hair.
Mhm.
I would not slick back. The Nova's hair has to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Has to
don't
be
mind a
like.
starfiery trail of hair.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be rad.
It's funny. I was actually just watching the Silver Surfer cartoon the other
Ooh.
day from '98, and as I'm like, doing other things, I'm like, Professor X, Cyclops, because they just recycled all of the voice actors.
Mhm.
But yeah, and I'm
Have
pretty
you
sure
rewatched that Fantastic Four show from the 90s recently?
not recently. I did watch the
Oh.
Daredevil one not too long ago, but I haven't watched
Okay,
it all the
so
way through in a minute.
it would it's pretty good. They do a good job of adapting the comic stories, but there is a lot of strange musical choices in the cartoon. Johnny is singing at one point, but then it's very strange the song he's singing because it's almost like a rap song. And Johnny should not be singing this rap song because it feels very tonally out of place.
Hmm.
And like it just arrests the story for the 2-minute song. Look it up on
Yeah.
YouTube, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember why it popped in my head the old Iron Man one where Tony Stark had the fabulous mullet,
Mhm.
the mullet and the mustache. Can we bring that back?
Yeah, the Mandarin was literally a green goblin.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Voiced
he
by
always had
Tim
And
Cummings, I think.
Scarlet
Yeah.
Witch was in there, and she had to say this magic line to get her spells to work.
Mm-hmm.
Winds of
Yeah.
destiny, change.
And then
Who?
Spider Woman was in it in
Yeah.
costume for the first season, but the second season she was just Julia.
Yep.
Like she wasn't in costume at all.
Who was
They
the
turned her into
dude?
Pepper Potts.
Who was the dude that was like blue and red and
The Sentry.
Sentry? Yeah. Not
Yeah,
the
I used to
Sentry from
read
Thunderbolts,
Force
though.
Works.
Oh man, yeah. No, that I need to dive back into all those old cartoons because I've watched X-Men, I've watched Spider-Man, Batman, a whole bunch. So I was like, let me get into some Silver Surfer, Fantastic Four, Iron Man. Let's watch some of these ones that don't get as much love as the. Oh, I watched the old Spider Woman too. I watched that one from the 70s. I think it was. It was an older one, but
Hulk was a good cartoon in the
yeah, Hulk
from
is a
the
good cartoon.
90s.
Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah,
yeah,
Cree
some good
Summer
ones.
is She-Hulk, right? That one wasn't bad.
Okay. Comics we've been reading. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I've been reading the new graphic novel by Eric Powell called Dr. Worthless, and it details the life history of Dr. Frederick Wortham, who wrote Seduction of the Innocent, which was the book that helped cause all the book burnings of comic books in the 50s. Yeah, I recommend that one.
Very
Art's good.
meta comic
It's
book.
yeah, it's very historical, but it's great art, very wordy. But it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
Ryan?
I've read, I'm still behind, but I read AXE, Avengers, X-Men, Eternals. It was terrible. None of it was good.
What was bad about it?
Oh my god. So the so, the the mutants, the Krakoans, their secret of resurrection gets out. And then
Gold balls,
Or-
no.
right? For very dubious reasons, Druig, who happens to be the Prime Eternal, is like, that's just too much deviation for those mutants now. They've crossed the line. Resurrection's not okay. So I'm declaring them deviants, and we're going to go after them. And then
What?
meanwhile,
Wait,
there's a
I thought deviants were a specific classification of creatures created as an evolutionary offshoot of humanity by the Celestials during their early host visits.
Yeah, but their primary number one rule is to correct excess deviation. So the mutants are now excess deviation, not necessarily deviants, I guess, but just excess deviation.
Deviant adjacent.
When did those start? When did that rule start for the Eternals?
I don't know. I don't know.
Issue 1.
They have the directives, so they keep talking about in that. The number one rule is they cannot harm an Eternal, and then the number 2 rule is like this to correct excess deviation. It's like their robot directives, like Asimov's laws.
Robots. They're not robots.
They're pretty much robots.
They're not. They're like evolutionary offshoot of humanity, like the
the Eternals being robots.
Well, they're like the Inhumans in that they've been modified. They were humans, but they were made perfected to act as antibodies for the Earth, right?
Yeah.
Well, so fuck me for paying attention, I guess.
One of the branches of the series, and I forget which one it was, does a very Hail Mary attempt to try to make it make sense in that they sprinkle in this little bit of retcon that the mutants have deviant DNA, and the deviants may have been the original mutants.
So we've given up on the X gene?
Yeah. So Ajak and Makari and Thena are like not with Druig, and I don't know exactly what happened before that, but they are like, you know what? The Eternals suck and Druig sucks, so let's just go make our own new Eternal. And so they capture Mr. Sinister. They kidnap Mr. Sinister, and they take him to the Avengers base in the North Pole, which is a dead Eternal. And they basically Vision, like how they created Vision, where they take Tony Stark's nervous system and model this new Eternal, and it's like Tony Stark mixed with some sinister shenanigans, and then Ajak prays him to life. And poof, we have a new Eternal. And
named
the first
Steve,
named the Progenitor. Which you'd think that would be like, maybe it's like
he would be the descendant.
Yeah, no, Progenitor. And then this Eternal wakes up and he's like, you know what I'm gonna do as my first act as an Eternal? I'm gonna judge the whole planet. And collectively, if I judge everyone worthy, if I judge the most of the people worthy, I won't kill everyone. But if the most of the people are not worthy, then I'm not going to kill everyone. The first one he judges is Captain America, and he's like, I'm judging you based on what your goals were, and you've never accomplished any one of your goals to make the world better, so you fail.
What? Jeez. So, I get it. I'm not up on current continuity as much, but it seems like it's ignoring an awful lot to get to this place in service of this.
Yeah, it's weird. None of it's good. And then so then the X-Men and the Avengers. So Druig wakes up these secret weapon Eternals that are like giant kaiju Eternals. And attacks Krakoa with them.
And then Godzilla comes out of the water.
Yeah. Meanwhile, one of the kaiju ones breaks into the internet and has this really deep philosophical conversation with a teenager that it meets on the internet. And becomes really good friends. And when it's dying, it reaches out and it was actually really this moment in time was really moving and very out of place. So yeah, Druig's distracted by trying to kill the mutants. The Avengers and the X-Men try to team up and trigger the failsafe in the Eternals' armpit. There's a
What?
there's a blob that
There's a
they can blow up.
big red button.
A big red button blob thing that they can blow up, and it will destroy the Eternal. It's like a failsafe button that they
So
may
the
or may
Eternals
not
are
have made it in
robots
there.
now?
Yeah, the Eternals are
Oh.
also robots. The Celestials. I mean, the Celestials are also robots.
What?
Yeah.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go back to my old comics.
And yeah, so eventually, so also, this is going a little bit off the rails. I'm sorry, I'm taking up all the time. The Earth is actually a machine that the Celestials made, and that has a self-destruct button. It also has an AI. So a lot of the books are from the Earth's perspective as an AI, and how the Celestial ends up deciding that not enough people are good, and then it tells the Earth to trigger its self-destruct mechanism, which the AI tries to rebel a little bit, and it just kind of stalls to give them more time to go blow up the Celestial. Yeah. So anyway, they get up, they blow up the Celestial, and they have to reset the Earth's computer, which wipes its memory, so then it doesn't self-destruct, but then it didn't have the personality it did before. And then
The
everything
Earth
kind of goes back to normal. Yeah, the Earth, which is
didn't
a
have the
machine.
person.
It's a machine. It's a grand machine. Oh, also, it comes out that during this, whenever an Eternal dies, a human dies too, and that's the life force it uses to resurrect to remake the Eternal. So then like Icarus has this like very like existential crisis that how many people he's killed by dying all throughout the millennia.
How easy are these things to kill? I thought the Eternals, by their very nature, were damn near unkillable.
Well, apparently he's died a lot, and a whole bunch of humans over the millennia have died to make him come back to life. I don't know much about the history of the Eternals.
Oh man.
Oh, and then
Yeah,
Ajax basically has like a crisis of faith too, and like and like stops believing in the Eternals after this god that she helped make didn't turn out to meet her expectations.
It's a robot. Why does it believe in
They're just
anything?
yeah.
This does sound terrible.
No, they're the gods. They're the Eternals gods. Robots.
What?
The Eternal robots have the god robots, which are the Celestials. They believe them as gods. They believe in them as gods. Because that's part of this ceremony to wake up the dormant Celestial is they take Tony Stark's brain patterns and Ajax prays it to life.
I feel like this should be called Killswitch Eternals. Yeah, that doesn't sound great.
It was awful.
It does not sound
I'm
great.
so glad that it's over.
Oh man. Well, I read some good things I enjoyed. So the first one is I read the entire run of The Deviant. From I can never say if it's
Are the Eternals in it?
No. It's either I don't know if it's Tynian or Tinian, but James Tinian the fourth.
Tynian. It's gotta be
Tynian.
Tynian. No.
Okay, and then Joshua Hickson. And it's kind of it's a horror comic that kind of takes place between two different times. One is in the 1970s where there's this horrific killing of these two boys, and they arrested someone and threw him in prison because he was in the 70s because he was gay and he had pictures of the boys. So they're like, oh, he must have done it. Lock him up. And then it also jumps to 2023 where there's a comic book artist who is trying to do a like a biography of this killer. That he and his boyfriend are working on, and then you start seeing there's like a copycat killer that's emerging that is now framing the comic artist Michael and his boyfriend to be this killer, and it kind of bounces back and forth, and it's It's really good. The art is extra creepy. It's paced really well, but it's paced really well, but I wouldn't say it's fast paced. It's just like a steady burn all the way through. Yeah, I really liked it. And just so if you're technically the title is The Deviant: A Christmas Story, because all the murders happen during Christmas, and there's a creepy Santa Claus with a creepy mask and an axe. So I checked that one out. I did pick up the new Batman #1 with by Matt Fraction. So it's been a while since Matt Fraction's done much comic writing. I feel like I'm missing something because in the very first page, Commissioner Gordon is now a street cop, and Vandal Savage is the commissioner in Gotham. So I was just like, okay, we're just gonna roll with that. Hopefully I'll figure that out later. But it's kind of it's a contained like first issue. We get Batman hunting down Killer Croc, who escaped from a voluntary in treatment like psychological center. Like he could have left at any time, but he jumped out the window and he's rampaging through. And it kind of starts out with the therapist talking to Batman, saying, no, he's changed, he's made bad decisions, doesn't make him a bad person, that kind of stuff. And Batman's very much the nope, he's bad, he's always been bad, I hate to disappoint you. But then he kind of at the end he goes and he catches up with Killer Croc, and he sees that he's just like he's kind of reverting on not like fully to like a childlike state, but just like they're saying he's shedding his what he was to what he's becoming. And you see Batman kind of flip on his previous statement about people don't really change. So he's seeing change in one of the villains that he's fought for a long time. But yeah, and it's given me with Vandal Savage, the head of the Gotham City Police. He's cracking down on vigilantes and crime fighters. So it's given me the vibes of Devil's Reign, Wilson Fisk cracking down on vigilantes, which it's been done before, so we'll see how it goes. But I really enjoyed that. And then then I read Predator, as Black, White, and Blood #2. It's a bunch of short stories. There's one written by Steve Fox and drawn by our good friend Phil Seavey. And it is it's set in 1939 in the Himalayas, and it's a group of people going to try and find Yeti, try and find the Bigfoot. And they find the Yeti and they find the Bigfoot, but they also find the Predator who is hunting the Yeti. And he was using the people as bait to draw the Yeti out. So you get a cool, and it's all in black and white. But like the laser shots are red, and then the Yeti's blood is red, and the Predator's blood is green. But that's it. And it's like a 4-page story, but it was probably 6-page story. But it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was awesome. I've always liked Predator, so it might be one that I, especially if it's like little short stories that I can just kind of digest and move on. I'll be into that. And then I read the Fantastic Four #1 from last month, where they're still fighting Lord, Emperor, Sorcerer, Supreme, Doom, and they get knocked back throughout time. Like he disperses them throughout time. Like Johnny goes to like where there's barely any oxygen at the beginning of time. And then Ben goes to like the Cretaceous era with dinosaurs, and then Reed goes to like the Middle Ages, and then Sue gets pumped like to the end of the Earth. And they have this is pretty neat. They called it the Forever Stone, that Reed had done science and math and figured out that this piece of granite is the oldest stone on the planet and it will outlast a lot of stuff. So if they ever did get separated through time, they all meet at the rock and they etch in the date that they're there. So, you know, shenanigans happens. They all get back to the normal time. Via a Reed put a basically a time machine in like a weird little pocket outside of space and time that was right next to that rock. So whoever the furthest in history was could then access it and go back in time and get everybody. But what Reed does is they get back and they're like, haha, nice one, Doom. You didn't expect us to keep this time machine in a secret pocket thing. And Doom goes, so that's how you did it. He's like, you couldn't help yourself, could you, Reed? You had to tell me how you defeated my plan. Time to send you back again. And they're like, wait, how many times has this happened? And Reed it's just part of he needs to explain how he did something. It's his version of the villain monologue. He can't not tell you what he did, and Doom just keeps resetting it and sending him back using magic and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, no, Reed does do that a lot. Every time they just pop up and save the day, he tells the bad guy exactly how he did it. And Doom was like, oh, you had to parade around how smart you were, didn't you, Reed? Well, it's going to bite you in the ass this time. But yeah, no, so it was good. It was interesting. It's written by the same, written and illustrated by the same team that has been doing that Fantastic Four run that I've loved. So I'm just like, more of the same. Bring more of that good Fantastic Fourness. But yeah, so that's all I had. Andrew, do you have stuff you need to plug?
Yes. Check us out at ValityStudios.com and on Instagram and other social medias. We'll be doing some cons here coming up. We'll discuss those more on a future episode, I think. So,
yeah. Ryan, do you have anything?
Okay. No plugs here.
I have they're up on podcasterwithoutfear.com. We have some more articles up there. I have my full review of The Deviant if you want to read a little bit more of that. And I also have one up about the 60 years of the Inhumans, and not one of them has a kill switch. So that's nice. But yeah.
I'm pretty sure Karnak would disagree.
He might find one, but there's not one built in. If you pull the hair behind Medusa's ears, it'll shut her down. But yeah, thanks for listening, everyone. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and write in, send it to us. Episode ideas, stuff you want to cover or you want us to cover, just send it in and we'll take a look. Yeah, so thanks for listening. And yeah, Ryan,
don't forget to subscribe.
You may now exit the dome. This is where Chris would say, fuck responsibility. And then I say, I can see the whole time.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say here. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's correct.
Hey,
Ryan? Also, how do you feel about broccoli people?
I didn't eat the broccoli people.
Bye, guys.